you doing, Duff here? Just quick going over the assembly process for the new adjustable stand I've been working on. This took some trial and error. These are some of the failed prints. Not necessarily failed, but just variations on what the final design was. One thing I am thinking about doing, like right over here you see some good ones, I was thinking it might be cool if I do some dual color ones, so you would have something like this. It helps if you point the camera the right way. You could have contrasting colors. I think that might be actually kind of cool. So I'm going to look to you know, maybe get some more red and maybe white. I don't know. I don't know. I like the way it looks. Tell me what you think. Okay, so right here I have one of the adjustable supports that's put together. Basically, when you get this mailed to you, it's going to I'm gonna have it put together at this stage. Okay, so it will be together. It's going to come with two bolts and two nuts already installed. You can really do this with just one if you wanted to, as far as locking it in place. You know, just one will hold it. Just having two just makes it a little more stable and make sure that it's straight, but you can get away with one. And if you put this at its widest setting out here, which is what you would use for like a 16X or a Z10, you are only going to be able to get one in here. And the way that I'm setting this up, when I send them out, I'm going to have it preset for the 15.5 centimeter setting, which is is very close to the 2.1 and 3.9 stands that I have currently. So it'll fit most wheels except the wide wheels with that setting. But basically all that's involved in setting this up is sliding in the nut, pushing it in with something. In my case, I'm using a needle nose pliers. And you may see a little bit of plastic residue in the hole. Don't worry about that. As soon as you screw it in, it'll like glue it to help kind of lock everything in place. So I'm putting one in that hole, and we're going to put the other one in this hole. On the site, you'll see the widths that you get for the different settings on here. It adjusts from 14 centimeters up to a little over 20 centimeters. That's your range, and with like 5 settings in between. Okay, so I have those in there, and then all I'm doing is I'm aligning the top piece. I'm taking one of these little screws. First time you do it, it might be a little challenging to get started. There we go. Okay, so now you want to make sure when you tighten these, you want them snug, but they do not have to be cranked on super tight. And you know, because of this design, if you go nuts tightening it, you risk cracking that. So do not over tighten your bolts when you put them in here. They're just firm. Whatever you do not force these in here. They should not be that difficult to get in. Okay, so there you go. It's snug, but it is not just cranked on. It's nice and snug. There, I have two of them ready to go. Basically, the way it works is these pieces will come to you like this. I will also have the nuts for the side pieces in place, and I'll probably have a piece of tape over here just to make sure that they do not fall out during transit. Okay, so let's make believe that we're putting together a stand here. We're going to just stick this through. We're going to line it up. Okay, there you go. Let's do the other side. Same thing with these side bolts. I mean, you want them snug, but you do not need to overly tighten them. Always remember that you are, working with plastic, so you do not want to over tighten these bolts at all. And it's not necessary. Every stand that I sell, I always test fit them, and these will be no different. These are a little bit more labor intensive for me. Part of the reason that they're more expensive, on top of the design time and the assembly time, because I have to print the one piece with supports. So I have to, once I print this is filled with support material during the print process, and then I have to remove that in order to put the stand together. So it takes some time to put these together. there you go, done. One adjustable stand assembled. So, I mean, if you're using this with any Gotway wheel, a lot of the Inmotion wheels, like a KingSong 18L or XL or 16S, this fitting will this standard width that I configured the stand for should work for you out of the box. But like I said, if you want to change it, all you got to do is take these out. Okay, so we're going to quickly convert this to a 16X stand. All right, and like I said, when you're using it from the widest width, you only are going to be able to use one bolt to hold it. Okay, so we're going to move it all the way out to its furthest setting, and I already have a nut in there. Picking a width that does not have a nut in it, you're going to have to remove one of the two nuts you have in each piece to use that. You know, to put in the slot. So like I said, you only got one on each side, but it's still fine. It's plenty strong to and plenty stable to hold your wheel. And that's the wide version. That's the widest setting that you can put it at. It's a little over 20 centimeters wide in between. All right, check that. I actually the first setup there, I actually only had this at I had it at the most narrow setting, which is about 14 centimeters. So the 15.5 is the next setting out, right there. That's standard width. So we'll demonstrate what happens when you're changing it around. Okay, I need to reuse this nut, so I'm just going to stick this in here, get it out. And you can use a screwdriver or something just small and pointy. We'll get that out for you. Now we need to just move it to the next hole, which is the third hole over. This first set here, you're not going to use. Okay, it's there, but it is not going to be used in the stand in normal use. All right, so I got it in there, and put it in the third slot over here. So this is how it will come. It will come in a 15.5 centimeter configuration, and you can move it from there if need be. So it really does work out pretty well. Like I said, just the biggest gotcha is you have to make sure that you are not overly aggressive tightening. It just has to be snug. That's all it has to be. Okay. Even though I don't necessarily need these other bolts in, I'm going to put it in there just for added stability. Okay, there we go. That's 15.5 centimeters. If you can compare this with a non-adjustable stand, you can see the adjustable stand is slightly wider, and that actually was on purpose, because I have gotten some feedback where some people are saying that your normal width stand, it fits like an MSX or an MS Pro, but it's tight. It's right on the shell. You know, there's not much leeway, so there's another 5 millimeters here to give you just a little bit more width. Alright, so there you go. That is how you assemble and adjust one of the new EUC Army stands. Let me know what you think about it. It's you know, I'm kind of proud of it. I've been using it for my 16X for about a week. It's held up fine. I expect this to be fine as well. If you're interested in one, hop on EUCArmy.com. The store is on there. And I'm very interested in getting this in the hands of people and getting some of their feedback. And let me know what you think. So if you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please think about subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you might as well hit the notify bell, which is, where is it? Over here? No, it's over here. It's over here. Hit that notify bell. And feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts about the new adjustable stand in the comments section below. And if you guys are EVX fans, Mickey Michelow's EVX channel, tune in tomorrow, or it might even be today, depending on when this video gets out there. Tune into Mickey's channel. He's going to be publishing the first of our 2 collaborations, And should be interesting, man. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern. So that's all I have for you for now. Until next time, Duckman out.